Hello friends and welcome. I'm Sarah Liz and I have something new and different for you today. I am unboxing the Love from Lizi card kit for May of 2025. So today is April 19th and this kit releases today. And I have been looking at Love from Lizi products for a while. I have a handful of YouTubers that I follow who get her kits. And so I'm super excited to get to share this with you today. So let's open this up. The box is pretty big and see what's in here. All right, I pulled everything out of the box and some of it is off to the side. I want you to have at least a few surprises, but we'll start with what is in this huge bag. I'm just gonna cut the top off because I know me. I do not need to struggle bus to get paper out of here. So, ooh, there's more. There's more. We're gonna start with this stamp set. We have a bunch of bunnies. So some bunny loves you, hopping by to say hi, spring wishes, hello. I know it's the 19th. I know that Easter is on the 20th, but you guys, bunnies are cute. They're so cute. And I think even though I can already tell there are a handful of pieces in here that make this feel like an Easter kit, we often have supplies that we buy for holidays and then we have them still after the holidays. So we're gonna look for ways to make some cute bunny cards. None of these say Easter. And to make these all season types of cards. My son just came in and saw these as I was moving things around and he lost his mind. So I think this set of flowers and this one, those are really beautiful. There's a lot of great detail in those stamps. And so I don't think coloring is going to be very complicated. I think this is going to be a really quick color. Then this is maybe one of the things I am most excited about. Love from Lizi is known for her peel off stickers. So these are tiny little sticker strips. See if I can get just one. Do you see that? See how thin that is? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Trying not to tear it. But I also don't want to waste it. I'm going to hoard these, I can tell you already. Look how thin that is. That's a 1/16 of an inch, maybe. And then there's some that are even thinner on here. I love this. Lavender is one of my very favorite colors. It goes with everything. And then these are stickers too, and they are cut out. Okay, so it's like a laser cut. I don't know how they did it, but like a laser cut lace kind of situation. Really beautiful. Then we have some glitter cardstock. I love this. I have some glitter cardstock, and I tell you what, it's got some weird pink flecks in it that I don't always love. And I think the shimmer on this one is giving more blues and greens, sort of mermaidy, even though it's definitely like a white glitter. So then we have a handful of pieces of cardstock. Look at this palette. So we have 5. 8.5 by 11. I think they're 8.5 by 11. Yeah. I wasn't sure. So the company's out of Canada, I want to say. So I wasn't sure if they were A4, but they are 8.5 by 11, like standard American sizes. I love, this is almost more blue than purple. I love this palette. I'm going to maybe move this one. I like the white in between. I think that yellow becomes an accent more than anything else. So we have those. Oh, we have card bases. These are 5 by 7, I want to say. Yeah. So we have 1, 2, 3. 3 5 by 7 card bases. And then we have 1, 2, 3 6 by 6. No, these are 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 square. So I love that. And then there's envelopes in here too. So I love making A2 cards the most, but sometimes it's fun to stretch and see what else I can do. So we'll see what we can do. I might even thinking about making some mini cards, like cutting that down the middle. Let me know what you think. And we'll go from there. So that's kind of our paper, our stickers, our stamp set. And let's see what else. So we have some dies. And the dies are 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 dies. I'll have to put these back in the bag so I don't lose things. So this one is a basket with a bunch of flowers. Again, it sort of feels like Easter, but there's no bunny, there's no Easter eggs. So I think this definitely could be spring anything. And then you've got some lovely flowers here. And I think it's really clear where the spots are that these are going to layer on top of this. So you get some extra dimension and texture. Oh, there's another one. So you have 5 dies all together. I have a little bag of ribbon. Do you guys use ribbon much? I have tons of it. I have an embarrassing amount of ribbon. And actually I've been using it more lately than in the past. I'm not going to unroll the whole thing. So we've got 5 colors. I think these are going to coordinate really nicely with our paper. So I'm going to try, can I wrap this back up? Can I get it back? Can I get it back in the bag? Let's see. All right. Oh my goodness. I think we did it. It's not maybe the tidiest, but it's also, I think, not bent. That's a win for today. These are gorgeous. What is this? These are little, are they paper? They're paper. It's like a glittery white flower. It's got tons of dimension. There's a pearl in the middle. I'm going to try to get some of that shine. It's very subtle, but really, really beautiful. And I've got a handful of them. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 10. There's 10 of them. So those are beautiful. Put those back in there before I lose them. We have a handful of tags. So I have 2 smaller tags and 2 larger tags. The front side here is sort of glossy a little bit and coated, and then the back is uncoated. So you could do lots of different techniques and things with that. Then we have some like wood pieces. They're pretty thin. These would be great for junk journaling, collaging, scrapbooking, but also cards. Like the size feels right. So let's lay these out. We have a couple of bunnies. Oh, 3 of them. 3 bunnies. And then a butterfly, some flowers, a water can, a shovel. Got a bird. I don't know what to call this, you guys. I don't garden, but I know what it is. It like rakes up the dirt, another flower, and then another bird. So that's really lovely. I have a little piece right here. It's like stuck in my bunny. So if that happens, they usually just pop right out. It was in a weird spot, so it didn't fall out. So not a big deal. Maybe we'll just leave these. Then we have some beautiful sort of rhinestoney flowers, but they're pretty flat, right? It's got a little bit of dimension, but I still think you'd be able to mail that for 1 stamp, and I love that. It's got tons and tons of shine. We have 2 doilies. So we have a heart here, and then we just have like a regular doily. These might be fun for some stenciling, right? Even if you're not going to keep the doily, but you could use some like mixed media through the holes on those. Then we have some little poofy balls. You know what they are, the little like pom-poms that are going to be great as bunny tails. I'm saving the best for last, by the way. I have a strip of little gems, and these, I can tell by looking, the adhesive is individual underneath these. Sometimes if you buy cheap gems, there's like a line of sticky glue stuff, and it's solid. So you have to like clip them all apart, not these. And the shine is really, really beautiful. So I am excited about those. I have been running low, and I love when they're teeny tiny. Those are my favorites. We have some teeny tiny envelopes too. Look how cute these are, right? And so let me see if I can get you like a good close up. We've got folded paper. It's not just like looking like an envelope. I think it is an envelope. Yeah, you can stick something in there. So we'll have to play with that. Very excited. And we're going to clear the desk real quick. My favorite thing in here, hands down, is this pattern paper. And yes, there are some bunnies, but they're cute bunnies. And I think there's a lot in here that can be used for not Easter. So we have 2 little bunnies, and then we have these beautiful florals. And those are like little bubbles in the background. I love this color palette. Let's grab our cardstock and kind of look at that all together. Okay, I'm going to spread that out. So we'll get some lovely pops of color. I think these two colors I'll use just as little accents, right? But these two coordinate beautifully, like spot on. And then we have some warmth coming in those strips. So the color palette, amazing, absolutely amazing. These are kind of glued together at the top. So I'm going to turn this and see if we can just flip through it. We've got some great tone on tone here. And then, oh my goodness, you guys, I love these florals. And if you cut these apart, right, you've got little cut aparts, you could use these as focal pieces, and then you could use the back side. Let me flip that real quick. Oh, I love that one. Use the pattern on the back side if you're not making Easter cards. I love this. I have a couple of embossing folders that have that kind of pattern. Amazing. I thought I could keep it turned, but we're going to have upside down flowers and upside down bunnies. So again, more florals. I love when you get this sort of rainbow floral effect. Let's do the next one. We've got this great stripe pattern. It's almost like a vanilla yellow. And then some more florals and more bunnies. This right here. I love a dot pattern. I love a stripe pattern. So we have that subtle like lavender circle on that light blue, and it's beautiful. These you could use as cut aparts. And then again, down here, like, look at this. This is really clever, right? So you can use just that little strip, mat it on a little bit of cardstock. I would probably grab some extra cardstock when we're making cards, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to make a bunch. So then we have some sentiments we can use down on the bottom. That's a fun pattern, right? And we get that sort of crisscross, subtle, skinny line. Some more cut aparts, and these can be like little paper ribbons. I love that you get just a ton of variety in there. And then another polka dot pattern. Okay, that's not the end of it. That's just like the first half. Y'all, I don't know if this is going to repeat, but here, again, maybe you could call them Easter eggs, but I think they're more bubbly than eggy, which is beautiful. I love the watercolor nature of it. Let's see if we can get this next one apart. Then we have just some plain like vanilla here. And that coordinates. We have some really small images. You could fussy cut those, or you could use that busier pattern in the background just as a contrast to something a little more subtle. And then this is a darker shade. Look, I love that we get the gradient here. This, my friends, is gonna be a favorite. I gravitate sometimes towards these really busy patterns. So I'm going to go back. I used to do card kit videos a lot for a company that doesn't make them anymore. And I'm going to maybe go back through and refresh my memory on my favorite ways to deal with busier patterns, because I love it. But I also want to be able to add a focal point that's really going to stand out. Then we have some pink, just a plain pink. Some flowers on a lavender background. Then we get a nice lavender. I love that we're getting essentially a bunch more solid colored cardstock in our pattern paper that will really help us to stretch the supplies that we have. Some more florals. That's a very pale lavender, right? So here it is next to that white. That is definitely purple. We've got some bunnies, and then a light blue. And then this is maybe repeating. I think we're repeating here. So it's almost like these are two separate but coordinating paper pads. And then we're just going back through those same papers. So we'll have two each of my favorite, which I love. So I won't go back through all of those. We essentially have, what do we have? 1, 2, 3. So we have 18, 8 by 8. I think these are 8 by 8 pieces of pattern paper that are double-sided. It's a good weight, right? It's not 110. This is like probably 65. So thick enough that you're not going to see my wet glue behind it. Thin enough that it's not going to bulk up my card, and I should be able to mail this pretty easily. I would love to know in the comments below what you are most excited to see me work with from this kit, and tell me your thoughts on these bunnies. What are we going to do with the bunnies? Thank you all so much for spending your time with me, and I will see you next time.